Okay,
Okay,
so hopefully everybody that was on will get back on.
oh, okay.
The board came out of executive session at 8:05 due to technical difficulties. We had to try to figure out how to start re-recording. It's now 8:10. There's no action taken from the executive session.
Okay, so next thing is special meeting with committees on the 29th.
Speed limit ordinance.
No, that's
We're not doing
getting, that's gonna be next month.
Okay. I think that's
Sorry.
all good.
We're gonna do the warrants.
Warrants and orders.
Oh, yeah, yes. Hey,
Haven't seen anything out of
I didn't
order.
see anything either.
no, I think we're good with that. So you wanna make a motion to approve the warrants and orders?
I'll make a motion to approve the warrants and orders.
I will second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, so. The special meeting with the committees in October and that's 29th. Do we want to keep that or
Do we want to move it to March? Or is it too far away?
we're gonna,
So we're gonna be busy with budget stuff for a bit.
Right.
so,
How long do you think that'll take with all the committees? I mean,
gonna
half an
take-
hour, an hour?
oh no, it's gonna be more than
It
that.
depends, you know,
How
the planning
elaborate?
commission and the rec committee, you know, they're 15 minutes or so, so
Yeah.
some of them will be short.
Yeah, some are gonna
we
be,
assume, but
so
some of them might be longer, I don't know.
if we do March, you're looking at town meeting time.
Well, yeah, or do we want to have a special meeting in March towards the end of it?
We
I
could
would
do
say
that.
At the end of February.
Or
or
at
something.
the
I was just gonna say we
Okay,
could
Once you get the
February,
budget done, then January, February, we
Mhm.
can. you know.
so we could do a special one at the end of February.
Yeah, that works for me.
Okay. All right, so,
I will let all those groups know.
yeah,
Mhm.
That frees up a night in October for some reason we need another meeting.
Look at their costumes.
I know it's far out, but do you wanna tentatively pick a date?
Anybody got a calendar for February?
I've got one in front of me, so. The 27th is the third Thursday in February,
Hmm,
That's TAC,
okay,
or at least I'm assuming they're gonna meet again.
they
They
meet
they
the-
took July and August off, but I haven't heard about September yet.
25th is Tuesday,
We could do the 27th? Or no, I'm sorry, that's the
Yeah.
one.
the 20th,
the first Thursday is fire department,
Yep.
second is the select board, third is planning commission, and fourth is Judy's tech meeting.
Can we do the 18th or the 25th? Those would be Tuesdays.
I'm fine with that,
I won't be able to do. I'd be able to do the 25th, not the 18th.
I can do the 25th,
Okay.
But E and I is coming in October.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yep,
that's fine.
um. At the 16th meeting, yes, or I mean the 10th,
yes.
Yes.
okay. Okay.
Mm.
Plan special meeting for pavilion, proposed pavilion, we did that.
Yeah, I just wanna know,
For
where do we wanna have it?
Community center, I'm
And,
thinking,
and do we wanna have
yes,
a
Holly,
moderator, just so that we can all,
Gail's reached
Here.
out to Holly,
yeah, I reached out to Holly too. So. Okay,
and we did that for what, the 21st,
The
or
16th.
16th, yeah,
Do you
sorry.
need us there like 6:30 to help set up or?
are we gonna do any refreshments? You want anything like that?
Up to you guys.
hoping for a good turnout.
Make coffee. Coffee, tea.
Um,
Interesting.
yeah, no, we can do that, it's fine,
6:30 to set up,
yeah,
or do you need us earlier?
No, probably 6:45 would be fine. You know, we'll set up 25-30 chairs and have more chairs out.
um,
So you want to build as having refreshments, you can have somebody,
Would the school the school kids wanna do refreshments or the parent club or something like that?
I could ask them.
sell some stuff,
Mhm.
make a few bucks.
I can ask.
And I'll make a few things too.
You don't want me baking anything, so I won't bring nothing.
We can bring
it does help to get more people. Bob Weirham always said, if you had a little bit of something, people would come for it.
Yeah.
Got nothing, I'm not coming.
Yeah,
Oh,
well, sounds
alright.
good.
I'm gonna try to encourage people to send questions to the town office, so you have the chance ahead of time to find out some answers, so that.
Yep, perfect.
Okay.
I don't
And then
know.
obviously people will have
People-
questions there, which is fine, I mean,
Right.
okay.
I didn't catch what you said, Kevin.
I said, and obviously people are gonna have questions there, which is totally
Yes.
fine, so,
Right, yeah, and hopefully
that's the
we'll-
purpose of this,
We'll be prepared enough to answer those questions.
yes. Okay, so the next, the resignations, do we go over that?
No, not
No,
yet.
we didn't, okay,
What I did want to tell you about I sent you all copies of the pavilion, of the grant that Melody submitted.
yes,
In the meantime, there's been talk with Josh
Carvajal.
yes,
Carvajal,
yep,
who's the stream guy. He said, nope, I don't do that. Here's the wetlands person, Zapata, and the stormwater guy, Terry. And they've all kind of looked at it. I don't know if Zapata's still coming Tuesday or not. She was gonna come take a look, even though it's not on the wetlands map.
Yeah.
In the end, I guess we don't need stormwater permits. But the culvert is a concern, and so we reached out to Josh to say, could you do a hydraulic study? That was one thing that was suggested, and Josh said he didn't do that, but AOT would do it, but it might take him a few months, so with the select board permission, I'll reach out to Brian Sanderson and say, can you do a hydraulic
Yes.
study for this culvert to make sure that all that water's got someplace to go,
yes,
if it's the right size. If it's not the right size, then
I mean, it's a pre-existing condition anyway that's
But it-
been going on.
it
Yeah.
is, but it's being talked about now because of the pavilion.
Which is good. I mean, it was talked about way back when Halls was, and when I talked to all the neighbors, their biggest concern was the water problem that's been ongoing. So,
So yes to the hydraulic study.
yeah,
I just have to give them the local name of the culvert. I think it's a numbered and the latitude and longitude. I think Eric can get me that on his cell phone.
oh,
Okay.
Or I told Brian I might try my skills at the Vermont Atlas. Cause you can pick a point and it'll tell you latitude and
yeah.
longitude, if you're good enough. I don't know if I'm.
Yeah, if you're an avid
we'll figure it
hiker,
out.
you can orienteering, this is orienteering with our kids.
Okay, so the resignation is, sad to say. Just find it so I can read it. Bob Lloyd says he's back in the hospital with uncertain medical issues. It's clear to me I'm no longer capable of giving full attention to either the Timoth Planning Commission or the Rutland Regional Planning Commission. Could you please inform the select board? This is not a pleasing step to take, and I certainly will miss the processes. Both the Timoth plan and the regional plan are being updated. So I guess you need to accept those resignations with regrets, and I will post notice of vacancies and put it on the October meeting.
Okay,
And thank him for his.
yeah,
his
definitely.
service.
He did recently move from independent living into assisted living. His son's been and helped him do that, but
What's, I don't know them very well. So what's the deal with Sue?
Sue,
Yeah.
she died.
Oh, I
several
didn't,
years
oh, I
ago.
didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know them very well.
I mean, he's 90,
Yeah,
so
Mm.
I didn't know yet. He
Yeah.
was up there,
Yeah.
so, yeah. Okay, so,
So we have to post the notice, so I'll do that.
yep. Members' concerns?
Just for transparency, I reached out to Spencer Howard with the state of Vermont. He is the bridge inspector. About the culvert over on North End Road that the channel goes through.
Yep.
Unfortunately, I was told 6 feet and larger is what the state inspects. He said for town structures is 20 feet and larger. But he is willing to inspect it in October if we remind him and he has time. But I've never done this before, so I don't know if there's a cost involved or,
Usually that stuff is free, I believe, isn't it?
That's what,
Free? There's no cost to do
they
it.
inspect the bridges for free, yeah.
okay, do you want me to reach back out in October to see if he can?
If he's willing to take a look at it.
technically not a bridge, though.
Right, it's a culvert, so it's,
But it's a multi-plate culvert. It is fairly large. I didn't go down in
It's
it, but I
huge.
did go over there.
It's huge.
108 inches or
Yeah,
something. you
like
know,
9 feet.
It's a 9 foot.
It's massive.
Yeah,
It was put in the early sixties, so, you know, it may be perfectly fine because there hasn't been a lot of log trucks and stuff driving over it, but at some point, it might need to be replaced in another
well,
10 years, so.
the tree growing or the sapling growing on the outlet end over the pipe is a little disconcerting because the roots aren't gonna do it any favors, but if it's supposed to be hot this weekend, maybe I'll put some boots on and go for a walk through it.
My father had a calf stuck in there one time. One of his
Ooh.
heifers got out and it got down in there and we had to try to get it out of the culvert.
That's not a fun
But if
place to
somebody,
try to
if he
get.
does inspect it and he says, hey, you really should move these trees out of the way, you know, then it's not just us
Yeah,
saying to the road commissioner, hey, you better go do this, it's for the
So-
integrity of it, so.
Yeah, if you wanna reach back out to him.
okay, yep.
Alright, cool. Anybody else?
I had a thought of something we might wanna think about with our budgeting. It would be more long-term planning, but do we wanna set up a category for more in-depth road maintenance, like if we wanted to do reclaiming the road, which, you know, is building from the foundation up, is that a category or a line item or something we'd wanna think about throwing some money at each year till we can afford something?
We do have a fund set up just for that,
Okay.
a reserve fund. It's only got 35 or 40,000 in it because we've only been putting in 5,000.
Mm-hmm.
But you're right, we should probably look at it and figure out if we should be putting more money in it.
Yeah. Or even just
Yeah.
milling before we pave, cause 2 inches of pavement every time, that's a lot of weight for a road.
It is. And it, yes. And in some spots, it's really thick.
And depending on the road that you're doing it on, especially if you're on a road that has a steep embankment, you're probably helping cause that embankment to fail with all that weight
Right.
on it, so.
We
And then
just-
that's more costly to
yeah.
fix.
I
So
think
that's-
we just-
Probably a good thing to look at that reserve fund and figure out exactly, you know, kind of those kinds of things that could happen. Is there anybody at the state that would come and talk to the board about how you do that? Or is that a
I don't know,
local roads thing
it
or?
might be more local roads, I'm not sure. You mean for like the work itself or for the funding?
Just for the planning,
Oh,
you know. We've got the fund and we're only
Mhm.
putting money in it, and that's to do reclamation every now and then when we get to a really bad section of road.
Maybe we
we're Paving that year.
Could
Yeah,
get an
That's
idea.
initially what it was set up for.
get an idea of how much we should be putting in it.
Mhm.
right. To come with, there's a term for it. Capital plan. I've been trying to get select boards to do a capital plan for the last 40 years. And we have bits and pieces of it.
So it's a work in progress.
So it's a work in progress, but we do need to keep
Oh,
working
maybe
on
we
it,
took a
yes.
step forward.
Okay, yeah,
And is there people that can help us with the capital plan? And give us direction?
I can ask a TAC. I
Mhm.
don't know if they would have a resource.
They might for capital plans for highway stuff
Yeah.
would be a good
Yeah.
place to start. I mean, we have, and you'll get the report in October of all these little special reserve funds that we have, and, I mean, it is in the town report.
Yeah.
If you look in your town report on page 20, I think it is, it does say. No, it's not 20. 17, the special account summary, and it does say what they're to be used for. Because they're created by voters and you can only use them for that specific thing, like paving or for
Mhm.
highway equipment or for capital buildings. If you want to spend it for anything else, you have to go back to the voters to get permission.
Yeah.
But it has a little quickie report in there.
Okay.
anything else?
Mhm.
Miscellaneous correspondence or mail.
And we don't have any of that.
Okay, we did our executive session. We're good on the next meetings.
We've done the 29th, so.
Yep. Yeah.
And I
Should
did check
scratch
with
that.
Trish about using the community center.
Yep.
Volleyball will have to move to a different night, but
Okay.
I don't know if we're gonna have enough people for the community center or if we're gonna do it in the old firehouse. The acoustics are better in there, but
You did
Yeah.
have me.
Yes.
Um,
are you talking to us, Sherry?
no, I was talking to,
She talking to
Kim.
Kim.
But
I,
she's-
I
she's-
think
she's
for-
not-
if we're gonna have refreshments and things like that, the old firehouse isn't as easy to. And
Okay.
bathrooms and all that stuff, yeah. It's a community center.
yes.
Yeah.
Okay, we're all set. Meeting adjourned.
All right.
And so this is gonna be a two volume.
Yep, two-part series.
Part series of the-